Hello everyone, Miss Whitbourne here. Welcome to the last part of our story, Alice in Wonderland. I am delighted to hand over to the lovely Mrs Dacosta, who's going to read this for you today. Bye!
Hello bumblebees and ladybirds, Mrs Dacosta here. Hope you're all well and showing your grown-ups how amazing you are at your phonics and your numbers. This week you've been reading the story of Alice in Wonderland, and today I'm going to finish that story for you. Hope you enjoy. See you soon. Bye. The White Rabbit raced past her into the royal court. Perhaps, thought Alice, this was why he was always in such a rush. He wouldn't want to be late to announce the Queen. No one would. Her Imperial Highness, called the White Rabbit, the Queen of Hearts. The cards cheered as the Queen entered. The Queen spotted Alice. Why, it's a little girl. Now where are you from? And where are you going? Alice curtsied and answered, I'm trying to find my way home. Your way? The Queen shouted. All the ways round here are my ways. The Queen calmed down when she learned that Alice played croquet. The Queen loved croquet, and the cards always made sure that she won. The Queen chose a bird to play her shot with and prepared to swing. Suddenly the Cheshire Cat appeared. Only Alice could see him. You know, he said to Alice, we could make her really angry. Oh no, cried Alice. Stop! But it was too late. The Cheshire Cat tangled the Queen's skirt, and as she swung, her feet tripped over it, and she flopped down on the ground, with her skirt flapping over her head. The Queen heaved herself up. Someone's head will roll for this, she bellowed at Alice. Yours! The little King pulled on the Queen's skirt meekly. Couldn't she have a little trial first? The Queen humphed, but agreed. The White Rabbit read the charge. Alice had caused the Queen to lose her temper. Are you ready for your sentence? The Queen asked Alice. Sentence? Said Alice. Oh, but there must be a verdict first. Sentence first, the Queen thundered. Off with her head. Alice dug into her pockets and found the 2 mushrooms pieces. She stuck them to her mouth and grew until she was towering over the Queen. The King and Queen told Alice to leave the court. I'm not afraid of you, said Alice. Just then Alice felt herself shrinking. Off with her head, the Queen shouted once more. The court of cards began to close in on Alice. I simply must escape, said Alice, and ran away as fast as she could. She ran through a maze and began to retrace her steps back through the woods, and soon found herself back on the beach in the middle of the doe's race. The cards chased Alice down the beach, through the wisps of smoke. Alice saw the doorknob and the little door again. She tugged on the doorknob. I must get out, she gasped. But you are out, replied the doorknob. Alice peered through the keyhole. There she was asleep in a meadow. Alice, her sister woke her. Alice looked around. The Queen and her wonderland were gone. Alice sighed. This day was simply too splendid for nonsense. I hope you've enjoyed this story, ladybirds and bumblebees, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Ladybirds,